ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ
ॐ
नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ
ॐ
नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. So let's begin with Vishnu Sahasranāma Parayana. Shri Vishnu Sahasranāma Stotram. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Yasya Dhviradavaktraadhya Parishadhya Parashatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishwaksenam Tamashraye Vyasam Vasishtanaptaram Shakte Pautramakalmasham Parasharatmajam
पराशरत्मजं
Bande
वन्दे
Vyasam
सुखतातं तपोनिधिं
व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अविकाराय शुद्धाय नित्याय परमात्मने सदैकरूपरूपाय विष्णवे सर्वजिष्णवे यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्मसंसारबन्धनात् विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे। ॐ नमो विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे। श्रीवैशम्पायन उवाच श्रुत्वा धर्मानशेषेण पावनानि च सर्वशः विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै युधिष्ठिरः शान्तनवं पुनरेवाभ्यभाषत। युधिष्ठिर उवाच किमेकं दैवतं लोके किं वाप्येकं परायणं स्तुवन्तः कं कमर्चन्तः प्राप्नुयुर्मानवा शुभम् को धर्मः सर्वधर्माणां भवतः परमो मतः किं जपन्मुच्यते जन्तुर्जन्म संसारबन्धनात्। श्रीभीष्म उवाच जगत्प्रभुं देवदेवमनन्तं पुरुषोत्तमं स्तुवन्नाम सहस्रेण पुरुषः सततोदितः तमेव चार्चयन् नित्यं भक्त्या पुरुषमव्ययम् ध्यायन् स्तुवन्नमस्यंश्च यजमानस्तमेव च अनाधिनिधनं विष्णुं सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं लोकाध्यक्षं स्तुवन्नित्यं सर्वदुःखातिगो भवेत् ब्रह्मण्यं सर्वधर्मज्ञं लोकानां कीर्तिवर्धनं लोकनाथं महद्भूतं सर्वभूतभवोद्भवम् एष मे सर्वधर्माणां धर्मोऽधिकतमो मतः यद्भक्त्या पुण्डरीकाक्षं स्तवैरर्चेन्नरः सदा परमं यो महत्तेजः परमं यो महत्तपः परमं यो महद्ब्रह्म परमं यः परायणम् पवित्राणां पवित्रं यो मङ्गलानां च मङ्गलं दैवतं देवतानां च भूतानां यो व्ययः पिता यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि भवन्त्यादियुगागमे यस्मिंश्च प्रलयं यान्ति पुनरेव युगक्षमे तस्य लोकप्रधानस्य जगन्नाथस्य भूपते विष्णोर्नाम सहस्रं मे शृणु पापभयापहम् मानि गौणानि विख्यातानि महात्मनः ऋषिभिः परिगीतानि तानि वक्ष्यामि भूतये ऋषिर्नाम सहस्रस्य वेदव्यासो महामुनिः छन्दोनुष्टुप् तथा देवो भगवान् देवकीसुतः अमृतांशूद्भवो बीजं शक्तिर्देवकीनन्दनः त्रिसामाहृदयं तस्य शान्त्यर्धे विनियुज्यते विष्णुं जिष्णुं महाविष्णुं प्रभविष्णुं महेश्वरम् अनेकरूपदैत्यान्तं नमामि पुरुषोत्तमम् अस्य श्रीदिव्यसहस्रनाम स्तोत्रमहामन्त्रस्य श्रीवेदव्यासो भगवान् ऋषिः अनुष्टुप् छन्दः श्रीमहाविष्णु परमात्मा श्रीमन्नारायणो देवता अमृतांशोद्भवो भानुरिति बीजम् देवकी नन्दन स्रष्टेति शक्तिः उद्भवक्षोभणो देव इति परमो मन्त्रः शङ्खबृन्नन्दकी चक्रीति कीलकम् शाङ्गदन्वा गदाधर इत्यस्त्रम् रथाङ्गपाणिरक्षोभ्य इति नेत्रम् त्रिसामासामगसामेति कवचम् आनन्दं परब्रह्मेति योनिः ऋतुः सुदर्शनकाल इति दिग्बन्धः श्रीविश्वरूप इति ध्यानम् श्रीमहाविष्णुप्रीत्यर्थे श्रीसहस्रनाम जपे विनियोगः ध्यानम् क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत्सैकते मौक्तिकानां मालाक्लुप्ता ससनस्तस्फटिकमणिनिभैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरदभ्रैरुपरि विरचितैरुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्दीनः पुनीयादरिणलिनगदाशङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः भूपादौ यस्य नाभिर्व्यदसुरनिलश्चन्द्रसूर्यौ च नेत्रे कर्णावाशाशिरोद्भैर्मुखमपि दहनो यस्य वास्तेयमब्धिः अन्तस्तं यस्य विश्वं सुरनरकरगोगोभि गन्धर्वदैत्यैः चित्रं रम्यतेत्रं त्रिभुवनवपुषं विष्णुमीशं नमामि। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृद्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं मेघश्यामं पीतकौशेयवासं श्रीवत्साङ्कं कौस्तुभोद्भासिताङ्गं पुण्योपेतं पुण्डरीकायताक्षं विष्णुं वन्दे सर्वलोकैकनाथं नमः समस्तभूतानामादिभूताय भूभृते अनेकरूपरूपाय विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे सशङ्खचक्रं सकिरीटकुण्डलं सपीतवस्त्रं सरसीरुहेक्षणं सहारवक्षस्थलशोभिकौस्तुभं नमामि विष्णुं शिरसा चतुर्भुजं छायायां पारिजातस्य हेमसिंहासनोपरि आसीनमम्बुदश्याममायताक्षमलङ्कृतं चन्द्राननं चतुर्बाहुं श्रीवत्साङ्कितवक्षसं रुक्मिणी सत्यभामाभ्यां सहितं कृष्णमाश्रये। हरिः ॐ। विश्वं विष्णुर्वषट्कारो भूतभव्यभवत्प्रभुः भूतकृद्भूतभृद्भावो भूतात्मा भूतभावनः भूतात्मा परमात्मा च मुक्तानां परमागतिः अव्ययः पुरुषः साक्षी क्षेत्रज्ञोऽक्षर एव च योगो योगविदां नेता प्रधानपुरुषेश्वरः नारसिंहवपुः श्रीमान् केशवः पुरुषोत्तमः सर्वशर्वशिवस्ताणुर्भूतादिर्निधिरव्ययः सम्भवो भावनो भर्ता प्रभवः प्रभुरीश्वरः स्वयंभूशम्भुरादित्यः पुष्कराक्षो महास्वरः अनादिनिधनो धाता विधाता धातुरुत्तमः अप्रमेयो हृषीकेशः पद्मनाभोऽमरप्रभुः विश्वकर्मा मनुस्त्वष्टा स्तविष्टस्तविरो ध्रुवः अग्राह्यः शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षप्रतर्धनः प्रभूतस्त्रिककुद्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम् ईशानप्राणदप्राणो ज्येष्ठश्रेष्ठप्रजापतिः हिरण्यगर्भो भूगर्भो माधवो मधुसूदनः ईश्वरो विक्रमी धन्वी मेधावी विक्रमक्रमः अनुत्तमो दुरादर्शः कृतज्ञः कृतिरात्मवान् सुरेशः शरणं शर्म विश्वरेता प्रजाभवः अह संवत्सरो व्याळ प्रत्ययः सर्वदर्शनः अजः सर्वेश्वरः सिद्धः सिद्धिः सर्वादिरच्युतः वृषाकपिरमेयात्मा सर्वयोगविनिःस्पृतः वसुर्वसुमनः सत्यसमात्मा संमितः समः अमोघः पुण्डरीकाक्षो वृषकर्मा वृषाकृतिः रुद्रो बहुशिरा बभ्रुर्विश्वयोनिश्रुचिश्रवाः अमृतः शाश्वतस्ताणुर्वरारोहो महातपाः सर्वगः सर्वविद्भानुष्वक्सेनो जनार्दनः वेदो वेदविदव्यङ्गो वेदाङ्गो वेदवित्कविः लोकाध्यक्षः सुराध्यक्षो धर्माध्यक्षकृताकृतः चतुरात्मा चतुर्व्यूहश्चतुर्ध्रंष्ट्रश्चतुर्भुजः ब्राजिष्णुर्भोजनं भोक्ता सहिष्णुर्जगदादिजः अनगो विजयो जेता विश्वयोनिः पुनर्वसुः उपेन्द्रो वामनप्रांशु अमोघः शुचिरूर्जितः अतीन्द्रः सङ्ग्रहः सर्गो धृतात्मा नियमो यमः वेद्यो वैद्यः सदा योगी वीरः माधवो मधुः अतीन्द्रियो महामायो महोत्साहो महाबलः महाबुद्धिर्महावीर्यो महाशक्तिर्महाद्युतिः अनिर्देशवपुः श्रीमान् अमेयात्मा महादृदृत् महेश्वासो महीभर्ता श्रीनिवासः सताङ्गतिः अनिरुद्धः सुरानन्दो गोविन्दो गोविदाम्पतिः मरीचिर्दमनो हंसः सुपर्णो भुजगोत्तमः हिरण्यनाभः सुतपा पद्मनाभः प्रजापतिः अमृत्युः सर्वदृक्सिंह सन्धाता सन्धिमान् स्थिरः अजो दुर्मर्षणः शास्ता विश्रुतात्मा सुरारिः गुरुर्गुरुतमो धाम सत्यः सत्यपराक्रमः निमिषो निमिषस्रग्वी वाचस्पतिरुदारदीः अग्रणी रामणी श्रीमान् न्यायो नेता समीरणः सहस्रमूर्धा विश्वात्मा सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् आवर्तनो निवृत्तात्मा संवृतः सम्प्रमर्दनः अहः संवर्तको वह्निरनिलो धरणीधरः सुप्रसाद प्रसन्नात्मा विश्वसृग्विश्वभुक् विभुः सत्कर्ता सत्कृतः साधु जह्नुर्नारायणो नरः असंख्येयो प्रमेयात्मा विशिष्टः शिष्टकृच्युचिः सिद्धार्थः सिद्धसङ्कल्पः सिद्धिदः सिद्धिसाधनः वृषाही वृषभो विष्णु वृषपर्वा वृषोदरः वर्धनो वर्धमानश्च विविक्तः श्रुतिसागरः सुभुजो दुर्धरो वाग्मी महेन्द्रो वसुदो वसुः नैकरूपो बृहद्रूपः शिपिविष्टप्रकाशनः ओजस्तेजो द्युतिधर प्रकाशात्मा प्रतापनः बुद्धस्पष्टाक्षरो मन्त्रश्चन्द्रांशुर्भास्करद्युतिः अमृतांशूद्भवो भानुः शशबिन्दुः सुरेश्वरः औषधं जगतः सेतुः सत्यधर्मपराक्रमः भूतभव्यभवन्नाद पवनः पावनो नलः कामः कामकृत्कान्तः कामः कामप्रदप्रभुः युगादिकृद्युगावर्तो नैकमायो महाशनः अदृश्यो व्यक्तरूपश्च सहस्रजितनन्तजित् इष्टो विशिष्टः शिष्टेष्टः शिखण्डीनहुषो वृषः क्रोधः क्रोधकृत्कर्ता विश्वबाहुर्महीधरः अच्युतप्रदितः प्राणदो वासमानुजः अपान्निधिरधिष्ठानमप्रमत्तप्रतिष्ठितः स्कन्दस्कन्दधरो धुर्यो वरदो वायुवाहनः वासुदेवो बृहद्भानुरातिदेवः पुरन्दरः अशोकस्तारणस्तारः शूरः शौरिर्जनेश्वरः अनुकूलः शतावर्तः पद्मी पद्मनिवेक्षणः पद्मनाभोरविन्दाक्षः पद्मगर्भः शरीरभृत् महर्दिरुद्धो वृद्धात्मा महाक्षो गरुडध्वजः अतुलः शरभो भीमः समयज्ञो हविर्हरिः सर्वलक्षणलक्षण्यो लक्ष्मीवान् समितिञ्जयः विक्षरो रोहितो मार्गो हेतुर्दामोदरसः महीधरो महाभागो वेगवानमिताशनः उद्भवक्षोभणो देवः श्रीगर्भः परमेश्वरः करणं कारणं कर्ता विकर्ता गहनो गुहः व्यवसायो व्यवस्थानः संस्थानस्थानदो ध्रुवः परर्दि परमस्पष्टः तुष्टः पुष्टः शुभेक्षणः रामो विरामो विरतो मार्गो नेयो नयो नयः वीरः शक्तिमतां श्रेष्ठो धर्मो धर्मविदुत्तमः वैकुण्ठः पुरुषः प्राणः प्राणदः प्रणमपृदुः हिरण्यगर्भः शत्रुघ्नो व्याप्तो वायुरदोक्षजः ऋतुः सुदर्शनः कालः परमेष्टि परिग्रहः उग्रः संवत्सरो दक्षो विश्रामो विश्वदक्षिणः विस्तारस्तावरस्ताणु प्रमाणं बीजमव्ययम् अर्धोऽनर्धो महाकोशो महाभोगो महाधनः अनिर्विन्नस्तविष्टो भूधर्मयूपो महामहक नक्षत्रणेमिर्नक्षत्री क्षमक्षामः समीहनः यज्ञयुज्यो महेज्यश्च क्रतुः सत्रं सताङ्गतिः सर्वदर्शी निवृत्तात्मा सर्वज्ञो ज्ञानमुत्तमम् सुव्रतः सुमुखः सूक्षः सुघोषः सुखदः सुहृत् मनोहरो जितक्रोधो वीरबाहुर्विदारणः स्वापनस्वपशो व्यापी नैकात्मा नैककर्मकृत् वत्सरो वत्सलो वत्सी रत्नगर्भो धनेश्वरः धर्मकृद्धर्मी सदक्षरमतक्षरम् अविज्ञाता सहस्रांशु विधाता कृतलक्षणः गभस्तिनेमिः सत्त्वः सिंहो भूतमहेश्वरः आदिदेवो महादेवो देवेशो देववृद्गुरुः उत्तरो गोपतिर्गोप्ता ज्ञानगम्यः पुरातनः शरीरभूतवृद्भोक्ता कपीन्द्रो भूरिदक्षिणः सोमपोमृतपः सोमपुरुजित्पुरुषत्तमः विनयो जयः सत्यसन्धो दाशार्हः सात्वतां पतिः जीवो विनयिता साक्षी मुकुन्दो मितविक्रमः अम्भोनिधिरनन्तात्मा महोदतिशयोऽन्तकः अजो महार्हः स्वाभाव्यो जितामित्रप्रमोदनः आनन्दो नन्दनो नन्दः सत्यधर्मात्रिविक्रमः महर्षि कपिलाचार्य कृतज्ञो मेदिनीपतिः त्रिपदस्त्रिदशाध्यक्षो महाशृङ्गकृतान्तकृत् महावराहो गोविन्दः सुषेणः कनकाङ्गदी गुह्यो गभीरो गहनो गुप्तश्चक्रगदाधरः वेदास्वाङ्गो जितकृष्णो दृढः सङ्कर्षणोच्युतः वरुणो वारुणो वृक्षः पुष्कराक्षो महामनाः भगवान् भगहानन्दी वनमाली हलायुधः आदित्यो ज्योतिरादित्यः सहिष्णुर्गतिसत्तमः सुधन्वाखण्डपरशुद्धारुणो द्रविणप्रदः दिविसृक्सर्वदृग्व्यासो वाचस्पतिरयो निजः त्रिसामासामगः सामनिर्वाणं भेषजं बिषक् सन्न्यासकृच्छमशान्तो निष्ठाः शान्तिपरायणम् शुभाङ्गः शान्तिदस्रष्टा कुमुदः कुवलेशयः गोहितो गोपतिर्गोप्ता वृषभाक्षो वृषप्रियः अनिवर्ती निवृत्तात्मा संक्षेप्ता क्षेमकृच्छिवः श्रीवत्सवक्षा श्रीवासः श्रीपतिः श्रीमतांवरः श्रीधः श्रीशः श्रीनिवासः श्रीनिधिः श्रीविभावरः श्रीधरः श्रीकरः श्रेयः श्रीमान् लोकत्रयाश्रयः स्वक्षस्वङ्गः शतानन्दो नन्दिर्ज्योतिर्गणेश्वरः विजितात्मा विधेयात्मा सत्कीर्तिच्छिन्न संशयः उदीर्णः सर्वतच्चक्षुरणीशः शाश्वतस्थिरः भूषयो भूषणो भूतिरशोकः शोकनाशनः अर्चिष्मानर्चितः कुम्भो विशुद्धात्मा विशोदनः अनिरुद्धो प्रतिरथः प्रद्युम्नो मितविक्रमः कालनेमिनिः शौरिशूरः शूरजनेश्वरः त्रिलोकात्मा त्रिलोकेशः केशवः केशिहा हरिः कामदेवः कामपालः कामीकान्तकृतागमः अनिर्देशवपुर्विष्णु वीरोऽनन्तो धनञ्जयः ब्रह्मण्यो ब्रह्मकृद्ब्रह्म ब्रह्म ब्रह्मविवर्धनः ब्रह्मविद्ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मी ब्रह्मज्ञो ब्राह्मणप्रियः महाक्रमो महाकर्मा महातेजा महोरगः महाक्रतुर्महायज्वा महायज्ञो महाहविः स्तव्यस्तवप्रियस्तोत्रं स्तुतिस्तोतारणप्रियः पूर्णपूर्णयिता पुण्यः पुण्यकीर्तिरनामयः मनोजवस्तीर्धकरो वसुरेता वसुप्रदः वसुप्रदो वासुदेवो वसुर्वसुमनाहविः सद्गतिस्तत्कृतिः सत्ता सद्भूतिः सत्परायणः शूरसेनो यदुश्रेष्ठः सन्निवासः सुयामुनः भूतावासो वासुदेव सर्वासु निलयो नलः दर्पः दर्पदो दृप्तो धुर्धरो दापराजितः विश्वमूर्तिर्महामूर्ति दीप्तमूर्तिरमूर्तिमान् अनेकमूर्तिरव्यक्तः शतमूर्तिः शताननः एको नैकः सवक किं यत्तत्पदमनुत्तमम् लोकबन्धुर्लोकनाथो माधवो भक्तवत्सलः सुवर्णवर्णो हेमाङ्गो वराङ्गश्चन्दनाङ्गदी वीरः विषमशून्यो घृताशीरचलश्चलः अमानीमानदो मान्यो लोकस्वामी त्रिलोकधृत् सुमेधा मेधजो धन्यः सत्यमेधादरादरः तेजो वृषोद्युतिधरः सर्वशस्त्रभृतांबरः प्रग्रहो निग्रहो व्यग्रो नैकशृङ्गो गदाग्रजः चतुर्मूर्तिश्चतुर्बाहुश्चतुर्व्यूहश्चतुर्गतिः चतुरात्मा चतुर्बावश्चतुर्वेदविवेकपात् समावर्तो निवृत्तात्मा दुर्जयो दुरतिक्रमः दुर्लभो दुर्गमो दुर्गो दुरावासो दुरारिः शुभांगो लोकसारंगः सुतन्तुस्तन्तुवर्धनः इन्द्रकर्मा महाकर्मा कृतकर्मा कृतागमः उद्भवः सुन्दरः सुन्दो रत्ननाभः सुलोचनः कर्को वाजसनः शृङ्गी जयन्तः सर्वविज्ञैः सुवर्णबिन्दुरक्षोभ्यः सर्ववागीश्वरेश्वरः महाहृदो महागर्तो महाभूतो महानिधिः कुमुदः कुन्दरः कुन्दपर्जन्यः पवनो निलः अमृताशोऽमृतवपुः सर्वज्ञः सर्वतोमुखः सुलभः सुव्रतः सिद्धः शत्रुजिच्छत्रुतापनः न्यग्रोदोधुम्बरो श्वत्तच्छाणूरान्द्रनिषूदनः सहस्रार्ची सप्तजिह्वा सप्तैधा सप्तवाहनः अमूर्तिरनगोचिन्त्यो भयकृद्भयनाशनः अनुर्बृंहृतस्थूलो गुणभृन्निर्गुणो महान् अधृतस्वधृतस्वास्य प्राग्वंशो वंशवर्धनः भारभृत्कथितो योगी योगीशः सर्वकामदः आश्रमश्रमणक्षामः सुपर्णो वायुवाहनः धनुर्धरो धनुर्वेदो दण्डो दमयिता दमः अपराजितः सर्वसहो नियन्ता नियमो यमः सत्यवान् सात्विकः सत्यः सत्यधर्मपरायणः अभिप्रायप्रियार्होर्हः प्रियकृतिप्रीतिवर्धनः विहाय स गतिर्ज्योतिः सुरुचिर्हुतविग्बुभुः रविर्विरोचनः सूर्यः सविता रविलोचनः अनन्तहुतभुग्भोक्ता सुखदो नैकदोऽग्रजः अनिर्विन्नः सदामर्षि लोकाधिष्ठानमद्भुतः सनातनतमः कपिलः कपिरव्ययः स्वस्तिदः स्वस्ति कृस्वस्ति स्वस्ति भुक् स्वस्ति दक्षिणः रौद्रः कुण्डली चक्री विक्रम्यूर्जितशासनः शब्दातिगः शब्दसः शिशिरः शर्वरीकरः अक्रूरपेशलो दक्षो दक्षिणक्षमिनाम्बरः विद्वत्तमो वीतभयः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः उत्तारणो दुष्कृतिः पुण्यो दुःस्वप्ननाशनः वीरः रक्षणः सन्तो जीवनपर्यवस्थितः अनन्तरूपोऽनन्तश्रीजितमन्युर्भयापहः चतुरस्रो गभीरात्मा विदिशो व्यादिशो दिशः अनादिभूर्भुवो लक्ष्मी सुवीरो रुचिराङ्गदः जननो जनजन्मादि भीमो भीमपराक्रमः आधारनिलयो दाता पुष्पहासप्रजागरः ऊर्ध्वगः सत्पदाचार प्राणद प्रणवप्पनः प्रमाणं प्राणनिलय प्राणदुःप्राणजीवनः तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदेकात्मा जन्म मृत्युजरातिगः भूर्भुवः स्वस्तरुस्तार सविता प्रपितामहः यज्ञो यज्ञपतिर्यज्वा यज्ञाङ्गो यज्ञवाहनः यज्ञभृग्यज्ञकृद्यग्नि यज्ञभुग्यज्ञसाधनः यज्ञान्तकृद्यज्ञगुह्यमन्नमन्नाद एव च आत्मयोनि स्वयं जातो वैकानः सामगायनः देवकीनन्दनस्रष्टा क्षितीशः पापनाशनः शङ्खभृन्नन्दकी चक्री शाङ्गधन्वा गदाधरः रथाङ्गपाणिरक्षोभ्यः सर्वप्रहरणायुधः श्रीसर्वप्रहरणायुध ॐ नम इति वनमाली गतिशाङ्गी शङ्की चक्री च नन्दकी श्रीमान्नारायणो विष्णुर्वासुदेवोऽभिरक्षतु वनमाली गतिशाङ्गी शङ्की चक्री च नन्दकी श्रीमान्नारायणो विष्णुर्वासुदेवोऽभिरक्षतु वनमाली गतिशाङ्गी शङ्की चक्री च नन्दकी श्रीमान्नारायणो विष्णुर्वासुदेवोऽभिरक्षतु श्रीवासुदेवोऽभिरक्षतु ॐ नम इति इतीदं कीर्तनीयस्य केशवस्य महात्मनः नाम्नां सहस्रं दिव्यानामशेषेण प्रकीर्तितं यैदं शृणुयान् नित्यं यच्चापि परिकीर्तयेत् नाशुभं प्राप्नुयात् किञ्चित् सोमुत्रेह च मानवः वेदान्तगो ब्राह्मणस्य क्षत्रियो विजयी भवेत् वैश्योदनसमुद्रस्य चूत्रः सुखमवाप्नुयात् धर्मार्धी प्राप्नुयात् धर्ममर्धार्धी चार्धमाप्नुयात् कामानवाप्नुयात् कामी प्रजार्धी चाप्नुयात् प्रजाः भक्तिमान् यः सदोक्ताय शुचिस्तद्गतमानसः सहस्रं वासुदेवस्य नाम्नमेतत् प्रकीर्तयेत् यशः प्राप्नोति विपुलं ज्ञातिप्राधान्यमेव च अचलां श्रियमाप्नोति श्रेयः प्राप्नोत्यनुत्तमम् न भयं क्वचिदाप्नोति वीर्यं तेजश्च विन्दति भवत्यरोगो द्युतिमान् बलरूपगुणान्वितः रोगार्तो मुच्यते रोगात् बद्धो मुच्येत बन्धनात् भयान्मुच्येत भीतस्तु मुच्येतापन्न आपदः दुर्गाण्यतितरत्याशु पुरुषः पुरुषोत्तमम् स्तुवन्नाम सहस्रेण नित्यं भक्तिसमन्वितः वासुदेवाश्रयो मर्त्यो वासुदेवपरायणः सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा याति ब्रह्म सनातनम् न वासुदेव भक्तानामशुभं विद्यते क्वचित् जन्म मृत्युजरा व्याधि भयं नैवोपजायते इमं स्तवमदीयानः श्रद्धा भक्तिसमन्वितः युज्येतात्मा सुखक्षान्ति श्रीधृतिस्मृतिकीर्तिभिः न क्रोधो न च मात्सर्यं न लोभो नाशुभा मतिः भवन्ति कृतपुण्यानां भक्तानां पुरुषोत्तमे द्यौसचन्द्रार्कनक्षत्राखं दिशो भूर्महो ददी वासुदेवस्य वीर्येण विद्रुतानि महात्मनः ससुरासुरगन्धर्वं सयक्षोरगराक्षसं जगत्वशे वर्ततेदं कृष्णस्य सचराचरम् इन्द्रियाणि मनोबुद्धिः सत्त्वं तेजो बलं धृतिः वासुदेवात्मकान्याहुः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्रज्ञ एव च सर्वागमानमाचारप्रथमं परिकल्पितः आचारप्रथमो धर्मो धर्मस्य प्रभुरच्युतः जङ्गम ऋषयः पितरो देवा महाभूतानि दातवः जङ्गमाजङ्गमं चेदं जगन्नारायणोद्भवं योगज्ञानं तदा साङ्ख्यं विद्याशिल्पादिकर्म च वेदाशास्त्राणि विज्ञानमेतत् सर्वं जनार्दनात् एको विष्णुर्महद्भूतं पृथग्भूतान्यनेकशः त्रीन् लोकान् व्याप्य भूतात्मा भुङ्क्ते विश्वभुगव्ययः इमं स्तवं भगवतो विष्णोर्व्यासेन कीर्तितं पठेद्य इच्छेत् पुरुषः श्रेयः प्राप्तुं सुखानि च विश्वेश्वरमजं देवं जगतः प्रभवाप्ययं भजन्ति ये पुष्कराक्षं न ते यान्ति पराभवं न ते यान्ति पराभवम् ॐ नम इति अर्जुन उवाच पद्मपत्रविशालाक्ष पद्मनाभसुरोत्तमा भक्तानामनुरक्तानां त्राता भवजनार्दन श्रीभगवानुवाच यो मां नाम सहस्रेण स्तोतुमिच्छति पाण्डव सोऽहमेकेन श्लोकेन स्तुत एव न संशयः स्तुत एव न संशय ॐ नम इति व्यास उवाच वासनाद्वासुदेवस्य वासितं ते जगत्त्रयं सर्वभूतनिवासोऽसि वासुदेव नमोऽस्तु ते श्रीवासुदेव नमोऽस्तु त ॐ नम इति पार्वत्युवाच केनोपायेन लघुना विष्णोर्नाम सहस्रकं पठ्यते पण्डितैर्नित्यं श्रोतुमिच्छाम्यहं प्रभो ईश्वर उवाच श्रीराम राम रामे रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरानन ॐ नम इति नमोऽस्त्वनन्ताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाक्षिरोरुबाहवे सहस्रनाम्ने पुरुषाय शाश्वते सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमः सहस्रकोटियुगधारिण ॐ नम इति सञ्जय उवाच यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूते ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम श्रीभगवानुवाच अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जना पर्युपासते Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Arta vishanna shidilascha bita goreshu chavyadishu vartamana Sankirtya Narayana Shabda Matram Vimutta Dukkha Sukhino Bhavanti Kayena Vacha Manasendriyerva Buddhyatmana Va Prakrute Swabhavat Karomi Yadyat Sakalam Parasmai Narayanaeti Samarpayami Srimannarayanayeti Samarpayami Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Okay, good. How many of you recited Vishnu Sahasranāma or heard Vishnu Sahasranāma for the first time? Online people, you can raise your hand using the Zoom option. And first time? Okay. And you heard it before, but reciting first time. Okay. You heard it, you recited before? Very good. Yeah. Okay. There is Vijay, Siri, Sai Venkata. Okay. Very good. Yes, this is a good beginning. If you online people, if you all like it, I strongly recommend you come in person. From next week onwards, you come in person. Because there is something known as Shruti Vata Neetam. Shruti Vata Neetam. Shruti means what is heard. Okay? Whatever you hear, that is Shruti. Any Shabda that you hear, that is Shruti. Vata means the air. Okay? Shruti Vata Neetam. That the Sanskrit words have great potency, and any words that glorify Sriman Narayana, that is even more powerful, it's even more potent. So when that sound vibration is transmitted through the via medium of air, Shruti Vata Neetam, then that benefit you can only get when you are in person. Online you can still get some benefit when you hear the Shabda, but it is mostly transmitted through the via medium of air. I mean, maybe down the line after 5 years, there might be AI technology that can transmit air also from one place to another place. So, but until then, until somebody comes up with a solution like this, you come in person. I strongly recommend that. If you are staying in, let's say, Olympia or in India or Lake Stevens, Marysville, I understand it's too far. But for those of you who are living in Redmond, Bellevue, nearby, please come. And if somebody is living in Sammamish, I can give a ride. I have 6 more places along with me. I have 6 more places in my car. I can bring all of you to here. And I can give a ride back also. And by the way, there is a breakfast and lunch available here for free. Everything is free here. The class is free, breakfast is free, lunch is free, and the festival is free. When you are chanting Vishnu Sahasranāma in the association of devotees like this, it's a celebration, right? It feels like a great festival. Narada Muni asks Vishnu one time, Swami, where do you live? Where do you reside? It's not that Narada Muni doesn't know where Sriman Narayana resides, but Narada Muni is asking for our behalf, on our behalf, for our benefit, he is asking. So once Narada Muni asked Sriman Narayana, Swami, where do you reside? And Sriman Narayana said, Naham vasami vaikunte yoginam hrudayeshu va yadgatra matra madbhakta yatra gayanti tatra tishtami narada. Sriman Narayana said, I do not reside in the hearts of the yogis. I do not reside in even Vaikuntha also. Naham vasami Vaikunte. I do not reside in Vaikuntha. Yoginam Hrudayeshuva. I do not reside in the hearts of yogis who are meditating for thousands of years. But where does he reside? He resides in those places where his glories are chanted, his names are chanted. Yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami narada. You might have heard something similar to this. What is that? Yatra narye pujyanti tatra vijayod bhavet. Yeah, wherever women are worshipped like goddesses, there will be all success. So something similar to that. Yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami narada. Tishtami, that means the Lord comes and sits there and he doesn't get up. Even if 100 elephants combined together, they try to move Sriman Narayana, he will not move. Tatra tishtami narada. He will sit there firmly. Just like whenever Ramayana is recited, whenever Ramakatha is happening, Hanuman is sitting there. Hanuman comes there before Ramakatha begins itself. As soon as some advertisement is made about Ramakatha, Hanuman comes there even few minutes before Ramakatha begins. He comes before everyone else. He comes before the speaker. So similarly, wherever the names of Bhagavan are chanted, Bhagavan personally comes and sits there. Tatra tishtami narada. So, online people, I want you all to take advantage of that also. Bhagavan is not present on Zoom call, by the way. He did not say this. Maybe there might be a modification to that shloka. Yatra gayanti mad bhakta. He will add something like Zoom call online. But until then, you come here to take advantages of in-person association of other devotees. There is a communal harmony, right? When there are a group of people. See, when you watch a movie at home versus watching a movie in the theater, what's the difference? Which one you will enjoy more? Yeah. Home? Okay. Home also there is some enjoyment, but when I'm asking like this, you have to say theater. Obviously theater, right? When you watch everybody, whistling and clapping and throwing papers, screaming loud, dancing, or simply by seeing the presence of so many people in the auditorium, there is a communal harmony that gets generated, which will give you more joy. Okay. Now, what to speak of bhakti? When we are talking about mundane material thing, a cheap thing like watching movie. Now, what to speak of the greatest things, the most sublime thing, bhakti, chanting stotrams like this, chanting the names of God. Okay. Okay. So today, Samanvita, your daughter's name is there in Vishnu Sahasranāma. Bhakti Samanvita. So today what we'll do is, we will discuss general introduction to Bhakti and some glories of chanting the holy name, some glories of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. And next week we will discuss glories of Vishnu Sahasranāma, and then third week onwards we will start understanding meaning of each and every name. Okay. Vishnu Sahasranāma, there are, how many shlokas are there? Who knows?
108.
108 are the shlokas that has the names. Okay, very good. But there are some shlokas before the Nāma Saṅkīrtana and after Nāma Saṅkīrtana. There are some shlokas before Nāma Saṅkīrtana, they are called Purva Petika or Purva Bhaga. And there are some shlokas which are known as Falashruti, they are after the Nāma Saṅkīrtana shlokas. They are called Uttara Petika or Uttara Bhaga.
Uttara Petika is the important where Bhishma given to the world, right? From Uttarapitika onwards,
Hmm.
Bhishma's actual version will come.
No, entire thing is Bhishma Dev only.
But
Yeah.
people are called Uttarapitika as most important.
People say Uttarapitika is most important because that has Falashruti. What is the benefit for me when I chant Vishnu Sahasranāma? Huh? Vaishyo Dana Samudra Shudra Sukhamavapnuyat Kshatriyo Vijayi Bhavet Rogarto Muchyate Baddho Rogar Muccheta Bandhanat Bayan Muccheta Bhitastu Muccheta Apanna Apadaha Durghanyati Taratyashu Purusha Satatotitaha. So, what is the benefit of chanting Vishnu Sahasranāma? That is there in Uttarapitika. That's why people say that is more important. But if you ask me, what is more important is the middle portion. That is the cream. That is the actual Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Okay? That is the purpose of chanting Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram. So, the Purva Petika, the Uttara Petika has 33 shlokas and the Nāma Saṅkīrtana 108. 108 plus 33. How much, Manvita? 108 plus 33.
108 is 1, 3.
You sure?
141, right?
141. Yes, Nama Kirti, very good. 141. And 170, total number of shlokas in Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram is 170. So 170 minus 141. How much is that? 170 minus
29.
1. Huh?
29.
29. So Purva Petika has 29 shlokas. 29, 108, 33. Okay? So what is there in Purva Petika? Anyway, we'll discuss this next week, okay? But today we'll discuss about general glories of Nāma Saṅkīrtana, general introduction to Bhakti. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has explained different types of yoga, starting with Karma Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. And Krishna did not force Arjuna to pick one compared to the others. After speaking entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told Arjuna, Yadhechasi tada kuru. I have explained you this entire knowledge now. Now you do whatever you choose to do. Krishna is not a dictator. He is the most loving person. He is the most loving person. He gives the freedom. Wherever there is love, there is a freedom. There is a freedom of choice. Freedom means freedom of choice. And dictatorship means you are forcing somebody to do something according to your own way, according to your own liking and wish. But Krishna did not say that. Krishna, after speaking 574 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, he told to Arjuna that now you do whatever you wish to do. Yadhechasi tada kuru. And what did Arjuna say?
Karishye vachanam.
Karishye vachanam tava. Karishye vachanam tava. Now I will do whatever you ask me to do. Okay? Why? Because he has developed love for Krishna after hearing 574 shlokas. After understanding Karma Yoga, Sankhya, Ashtanga, Jnana and Bhakti, Arjuna has understood that Bhakti Yoga is the most easiest yoga. Especially in this Kali Yuga, Bhakti Yoga is the most easiest method. Ah, yeah. Chanting of the holy name is the only benediction for this Kali Yuga. We have 4 different yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. The people in these 4 yugas, they need a method, they need a way to get liberated from this material world and go back to spiritual world. We are suffering in this material world. This material world is Dukkhalayam. Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Yes. A door open cheyandi. Evarana vaste Samanvita will open. So it is mentioned that there are different benedictions, different prescriptions for these 4 yugas. What are these benedictions? Yeah, better you fold it. Krite yadhyayato Vishnum tretayam yajato makai dvapare paricharyayam kalau tad harikirtanat. So 4 yugas, 4 different benedictions. Krite yadhyayato Vishnum. Kruta yuga, that is also same as Satya yuga. It has 2 names, Satya, Krita, same name, same yuga. Krite yadhyayato Vishnum. The prescribed method for Krita yuga is dhyanam, meditation. Okay? Vishnu dhyanam, meditation. You have to do tapassu. Just like how Hiranyakashipu did tapassu for so many years, hundreds and thousands of years, standing. Okay? And then Brahma appeared. Krite yad dhyayato Vishnu. You have to do tapas. Is that possible in Kali Yuga? You're going to say yes? Even if you're going to say yes, but you have to say no. Okay? So it's not possible.
Why not? If somebody wants to do it, they can do it, right? Why it is not possible?
Why it is not possible? Good question. Why it is not possible? Krishna explains that in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6. The process of meditation is you have to go to a forest area, secluded place. Okay? This is not the dhyanam that you will hear in the society, like pyramid dhyanam, Raja Yoga dhyanam, not like that. This is super serious dhyanam. That means you have to go to, there are some rules for that. First of all, a person must be celibate, complete brahmacharya, no marriage. And then they have to go to a secluded place, forest area. They have to sit on deer skin. Now you listen everything and then tell me whether it is yes or no. Okay, sit on deer skin, focus on the tip of the nose, and then like that, meditate, control your mind and meditate for hundreds and thousands of years. Is that possible? Now we cannot even sit cross-legged in Padmasana for more than 10 minutes. Now forget about the rest of the rules. Okay? Forget about the rest of the rules. You cannot even focus on the tip of the nose. Samanvita, can you try doing that? Can you focus on the tip of the nose for 10 minutes? Here is a proof. Here is a proof that it's not possible in Kali Yuga. But if somebody wants to do, yes, Krishna has given the freedom. They can try, they can experiment. That option is there, okay? So, Krite yadhyayato Vishnum tretayam yajato makaihi. Next yuga is Treta Yuga. What is the benediction or the prescribed method for Treta Yuga? Tretayam yajato makaihi. Fire sacrifices, yajnas, homas. Okay? By performing yajnas, homas every day in an opulent way, in a grand way, you get moksha. Is that possible in Kali Yuga? Is that possible? No, it's not possible. And we'll understand why it is not possible. To perform yajna, you need so many ingredients in pure quality. You need pure ghee. One of the most important ingredients is pure ghee. Now these days we don't even get pure milk. Now how can you make pure ghee without getting pure milk? Whatever milk you are getting is all himsa milk. The cows are slaughtered and then they are fed with so many different things. They are given hormonal injections. It's not a natural way. It's not an organic way of raising cows. So there's no pure cow milk. There's no pure ghee, and everything else also. The grains, the vegetables, the fruits, the flowers, everything else is also contaminated. And even the pujari who performs, that yajna or homam, he is also not well educated in the Vedas. There are some pujaris, very, very few pujaris who are well educated, but most of the pujaris, they do not know this process of performing yajna in a proper way. They can do something, they can chant some mantras and then they can do something. A person who doesn't understand, they know that that Pujari is doing a great job. But for a Smartha Brahmana, if you are a Smartha Brahmana, you will understand what that Pujari is doing. So, because of all these limitations, it is not possible to perform Yajna Homas in Kali Yuga. And that you have to do every day, not just one day, not just once a week, once a month, but you have to do that every day. Nityagni Hotram. Have you heard this? Nityagni Hotram. You need to have a Yajna Kund in your backyard. I know a friend who used to live in Samamish here. He moved to India now. But he had a Yajna Kund in his backyard. And he used to do that. Nityagni Hotram every day. So then third Yuga, is that possible? Yajna Homas? No. Third Yuga is Dwapara Yuga. Dwapare Paricharyaya. Paricharya means worship. Worship of the deities. Worship of the deities not with just one flower. Okay? Worship of the deities with so many flowers, so many jewelry. Worship of the deity in a grand way. Opulent worship. Like Maharaja Poshaka. You must have heard this name, right? In the temples, when there are donations, different categories of donations. Person who gives $51, his name will be written small. You can't even see your own name. Then 108, then 1008, then 10,000. And finally, you will see one name, Maharaja Poshaka. Raja Poshaka and Maharaja Poshaka. That means you are giving lot of money to worship the Lord. That was the method in Dwapara Yuga. The deities in the temple, the deities at home, you have to worship in a very grand way. Every day, that is every day. Is that possible? No. we are not able to offer even one bouquet of flowers to the Lord every day. Okay? Now what to speak of? Okay, I think we have to close. Can you close this door? So these three things are not possible. What are not possible? Dhyanam is not possible. Yajnam is not possible. Archanam is not possible. What is possible in Kali Yuga and what is the prescribed method for Kali Yuga? Kalau tad Hari Kirtanat. Hari Kirtanat. Nāma Saṅkīrtana is the only prescribed method. That is the most easiest method and everybody can do it. It's very easy. Everybody can do it. Right from a 2-year-old boy who just starts learning few words to a 92-year-old person. Everybody can do it. You can do Nāma Saṅkīrtana even when a person is on deathbed. So that's the power and importance of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. So when we hear about Nāma Saṅkīrtana, what exactly does it involve? There are some words here, right? Nama means the name of the Lord. And we have another name, Sankirtana. Another word, Sankirtana. Kirtana. What is Kirtana? Kirtana means to sing. Sankirtana means singing in the association of devotees. Sangha plus Kirtana. Your name Kirtana. Sangha plus Kirtana. That means singing in the association of devotees. Chanting the names of the Lord in the association of devotees. This is the benediction. This is the prescribed method in Kali Yuga. Kirtana is what you do when you are alone, when you are at home. If you are chanting the names of the Lord, that is Kirtana. But when you are coming in the association of devotees and chanting the names, that is Sankirtana. The Kirtana has benefit, but Sankirtana has much higher benefit because of the communal harmony and the inspiration that we derive from each other. And there is a presence of the Lord. Because when Narada Muni asked Sriman Narayana, where do you reside, Swami? Sriman Narayana did not say, wherever my devotee does Kirtana. He said, wherever my devotees does Sankirtana. Okay? That means even Sriman Narayana wants everybody to come together and chant his names. So why do we have to chant his name? Can't we chant our own name? Huh? Can't you say Kirtana, 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 Sankirtana, Sankirtana, Sankirtana? Can't you chant your own name? Why to chant his name? Online, anybody? Why do we have to chant name of the Lord?
Guruji, name is not different from the Lord.
Yes.
Name is non-different from Bhagavan himself. Very good. This is another beautiful point. Name is non-different from Bhagavan himself. Abhinnatvam nama namni. Abhinnatvam nama nami. Abhinnatvam means non-difference. There's no difference between what? Nama and Nami. Nama means the name. Nami means the person who has that name. The person who has that name. So when you chant the name of the Lord, you are in direct contact with the Lord. You are in direct association with the Lord. In Bhakti Yoga, or any yoga basically, Karma Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Ashtanga, Jnana and Bhakti Yoga, what is the goal? What is the purpose of yoga? Yoga means to link, to connect with God. When we are when the Jiva is trying to connect with Paramatma, or when the Jiva is trying to connect with Bhagavan, that is yoga. The process of linking Jiva and Bhagavan is yoga. Now, when we are trying to connect with Bhagavan means we are trying to develop love for him. We are trying to develop bhakti and love for him. And when you are chanting the name of the Lord, you are in direct connection. That link, that connection, whatever we are trying to establish through the process of yoga, that is already established by the simple means of chanting the name. If you simply chant the name Krishna, Govinda, Narayana, that link is already established. That Bhagavan comes and dances on your tongue. That Bhagavan who is impossible to attain for yogis, who is impossible to attain even for devatas in Svargaloka. They are constantly, every day they are chanting, they are singing Vedas, they are reciting Samavedam, they are singing Samavedam. And the yogis are meditating on him. And the Lord is difficult for them to attain. Such an unattainable personality, Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, will be attained very easily through the process of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. In Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful shloka that says the same thing, where the yogis, the rishis, munis, devatas, they are all either meditating or singing Samaveda, but they are not able to attain him. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaisaha Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidhu Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namah. This shloka in Bhagavatam, it says, the devatas like Brahma, Indra, Varuna, Vayu, Agni, etc. and the yogis, they are all doing tapassu, they are all singing Samavedam, but still they do not know you fully. They do not know Bhagavan fully. Yasyantam na vidu. Na vidu means they do not know. They do not know his end. They do not know his glories. They do not know his Vaibhavam. So, whereas for Bhakti yogis, people who are practicing Bhakti yoga, he is attainable very easily. And the most important, is the door still open? Okay, maybe that is, can you close that? So by the way, I haven't decided on the time duration for this class because I can go on until 12 o'clock also, but I just want to get feedback from people. How much time can you commit every week? Is it 1.5 hour, 2 hours? 1.5 hour is ideal. Okay. Online 1.5 hour. Everybody is fine with that.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, 1.5 hour. Good. So every week we'll go on for 1.5 hour. Today we started a little bit late, so I'll go on until 11:15 or so today. Okay. And from next week onwards, what we can do is we can sit in the temple hall and recite Vishnu Sahasranāma. That'll be even more better. Okay, in the presence of Swami, that'll be even more powerful. That will inspire online people also to come and join us in person. And then if possible, we can continue the class there. Today there is a program, that's why we could not do there. But next week onwards, if possible, we can continue the class there. Or after reciting Vishnu Sahasranāma there, we'll come back to this room and have the class here. So this Nāma Saṅkīrtana, we see many examples of this Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Now let's try to understand, some examples. Can somebody say some examples of Nāma Saṅkīrtana? Some shlokas, some kirtans, some bhajans, where there is pure Nāma Saṅkīrtana, where there are different names of Bhagavan chanted. Let's start with Kirtana. Govinda Namalu. Very good. Yes. Ah. Okay, Govinda Namalu. Somebody else? Lakshmi Ashtotra Sotram. Yeah, very good. Lalita Sahasranāma. Very good. Online, somebody? Can you say some names of some stotram, some shlokas, some kirtan, bhajans, where there is Nāma Saṅkīrtana?
Krishno rakshatu no jagatraya guruhu.
He's saying the sloka itself. Yes, go ahead.
Krishno namadvam sada Krishnena kila kshetravo vinihita Krishnaya tasmai namaha Krishna deva samudditam jagadidam Krishnasya dasosmyaham Krishne tishtati vishvametadakilam He Krishna rakshasva mam.
Yes, very good. So this is a beautiful shloka from Mukundamala Stotra. Mukundamala Stotra is full of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Beautiful. It's a beautiful stotram, full of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. There is Kunti Stuti, full of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Bhishma Stuti, full of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Sri Krishna Ashtakam, full of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Govinda Damodara Stotram, full of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Sri Rama Raksha Stotram, full of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Narsimha Stotram, Narsimha Karavalamba Stotram, Narsimha Kavacham, Narsimha prayers. These are all full of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Okay? Bhagavad Gita also has a lot of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Arjuna, when he is calling to Krishna, he uses different names. Depending on the context of the shloka or depending on the context of the question, Arjuna calls Krishna with different names. Sometimes he calls him with Achyuta. Sometimes Arjuna calls him as Govinda. 52 names in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Achyuta, Govinda, Madhusudana. Like that he calls with different names. So Srimad Bhagavatam is also full of Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Bhagavad Gita gives you the philosophy. It teaches about different yogas and it tells us most importantly the Atma Jnanam. And Krishna himself gives knowledge about himself. Krishna talks about Bhakti Yoga there. But wherever Bhagavad Gita ends, that is where Srimad Bhagavatam begins. Wherever Bhagavad Gita ends, that is where Srimad Bhagavatam begins. Bhagavad Gita ends at a shloka where Krishna asks all of us to think about Krishna all the time. Smarana. There is something called as Smarana. What we are doing, what we are discussing now is about Kirtana. This is Kirtana Bhakti. Similarly, there is a Shravana Bhakti. Smarana Bhakti. Smarana means remembrance. Nine. Yeah, Navavida Bhakti. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll come to that Navavida Bhakti in a bit. So just like how we are talking about Kirtanam, there is something called as Smaranam, remembrance of the Lord. Okay. The last instruction of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. Manmana. That means always think about me. Always fix your mind upon me. That is where Bhagavad Gita ends. And wherever Bhagavad Gita ends, Srimad Bhagavatam begins at that place. The first shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam that talks about meditating on the Lord. That talks about meditating on the Lord. Satyam Param Dhimahi. Satyam Param Dhimahi. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditarataschaarteshvabhignasvarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Muhyanti Yatsurayo Tejo Vari Mrudam Yata Vinimayam Yatra Trisargom Risha Dhamna Svena Sadha Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. Dhimahi. Meditation. Let us meditate. And isn't that what Krishna asked in Bhagavad Gita? Krishna asked everybody to meditate on him. And Bhagavatam is not spoken by Krishna. Bhagavatam is written by Vasudev. It is spoken by Shuka Mahamuni. So whatever Bhagavan gave the instruction, his devotees are saying the same thing. Let us meditate on that absolute truth, that Parama Satyam. Satyam Param Dhimahi. Let us meditate on him. So how is this possible? How can we always think of God? How can we always meditate on the Lord? That is by chanting his names continuously. Because whatever you say, whatever you repeatedly say throughout the day, from morning till evening, that is what you will remember in your dreams. That is what you will remember when you are sleeping also. That is what you will remember when you are doing other works. So Bhagavatam ends with a shloka that has an instruction to do Nāma Saṅkīrtana. Bhagavatam has 18,000 shlokas. The last shloka of Bhagavatam talks about Nāma Saṅkīrtana. When Krishna is talking about Smarana in the last shloka of Bhagavad Gita, that means that is the Charama shloka, that is the concluding instruction, or that is the Uttama shloka, the best shloka of all. Similarly, if Bhagavatam, out of the 18,000 shlokas, the last shloka is talking about Nāma Saṅkīrtana, that means that must be the best shloka, that must be the best instruction. Nāma Saṅkīrtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamo dukkha shamanas tam namami harim param. That shloka in Bhagavatam, it says, by chanting whose name, Nāma Saṅkīrtanam yasya, by chanting whose name, one will get purified of all the sinful reactions. Sarva papa pranashanam. Sarva papa pranashanam. To that person, my pranam. Pranamo dukkha shamanas tam namami harim param. This Nāma Saṅkīrtana, chanting of the holy name of the Lord, it removes all sinful reactions and it removes our dukkha. Sarva papa pranashanam and pranamo dukkha shamanas. Dukkha shamana and papa pranashana. These are the two things. Papa pranashana and dukkha shamana. Upashamana, you might have heard, right? This word is there in Telugu also. Upashamana. That means getting relief from miseries in the material world. The material world is full of miseries. Whether you acknowledge it or not, whether you say yes or no. The material world is full of miseries. Okay? The only relief is chanting of holy name of the Lord. And this chanting of the holy name of the Lord is not there only in this religion, Hindu religion. By the way, Hindu religion itself, that is not a religion. It's a man-made thing. The name of our religion is Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma. Okay? Hindu is not a religion. So somebody was trying to say Sindhu, which is the river between India and Pakistan. And because of the local dialect, they could not say Sindhu and they said Hindu. That's why this name Hindu came into picture. Like Bengalis, they cannot pronounce Va. Instead of Va, they say Ba. I have a friend, Vivek. One day, a Bengali person pronounced Bibek. I asked him, who? He again said Bibek. I asked the third time. He said again Bibek. Then I understood. Okay, Bengali Vivek. So like that, the local dialect people, they were trying to say Sindhu river, Sindhu Nadi, but they said Hindu. And that's how that word Hindu came. That means those people who are staying near the banks of Sindhu Nadi, they are called Hindus. But Hindu is not a religion. Okay? It's a group of people. Okay? Like Telangana, Andhra. It's a group of people. Our religion is Sanatana Dharma. And this process of chanting of the holy name is not only in Sanatana Dharma. It's there in so many man-made religions. Even the Islamic people, they have this process of chanting holy name. Christians have this process. Jewish people have this. Everybody has this. Jains have this. Every religion has this process of chanting the holy name. Okay? Talking about bhakti, right? We have to perform bhakti with our body, mind, and words. Manasa, Vachasa, Karmana. If you observe the last shloka in Vishnu Sahasranāma, what is that shloka? Kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmana va prakrute svabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanaeti samarpayami. Kayena vachasa manasendriyerva. That means whatever I do with my body, with my words, with my mind, let me do something that pleases the Lord. Okay? So let us try to understand these three different activities. Okay? How can you perform something with your body? When you come to the temple, when you do some volunteering service, you said you are doing some volunteering service, right? So you are doing some seva to Bhagavan using your body. Okay? That's an example for Kayena. Kayena vacha, vachasa. What can we do with vachasa, vacha? Means tongue, with our words. What can we do? Chanting and kirtan, Sankirtana, chanting the holy name of the Lord, or doing japa, doing kirtan, doing Sankirtana. These are all different activities of vachasa. And manasa. How can you render some seva to Bhagavan in your mind?
Smarana.
Smaranam, by thinking about him. By thinking about Bhagavan, you are rendering seva to Bhagavan, manasa. So, kayena vachasa manasendriyerva buddhyatmanava prakrute svabhavat. So, every day we have to perform these three things. It's not like, oh, today let me focus on kayena. Tomorrow I'll do vachasa. Day after tomorrow I'll do manasa. No, every day we have to do these three things. In Mukundamala Stotra, Kulshekar Alvar says, Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam Smarami Narayana Tattvam Avyayam. Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam. That means, let me offer pranama at his lotus feet. Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada. Let me do some archana. Let me offer some flowers, some fruits, some sweet. That's with body. And then Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam. With my tongue, let me recite some names. Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam. Let me chant some pure names of the Lord. And Smarami Narayana Tattva Mavyayam. Let me remember the Tattva of the Lord. Let me remember different Leelas of the Lord. Especially Krishna Leela. As a Balagopala, the Leelas performed by Krishna are so cute. They are so relishable. They are so mesmerizing. Krishna performed those Leelas 5,000 years ago. But even when you discuss those Leelas now, even when you think about those Leelas now, it still looks very fresh. It looks as if the Leela just happened today. So, Smarami Narayana Tattvam Avyayam. So, we have to engage our body, mind, soul, words, tongue, everything, our senses. We have to engage everything in Bhakti. Okay? And there are 9 processes in Bhakti, which are collectively known as Navavida Bhakti. Okay? Shravanam, please repeat. Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Padasevanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Vandanam, Atmanivedanam. Yeah. So Shravanam means the process of hearing. When you hear Krishna Katha, Hari Katha, Rama Katha, that is Shravanam. Kirtanam. Kirtanam is chanting, doing japa or coming in association like this and doing Sankirtana. This is Kirtanam. The English word is to sing. Kirtana means to sing, to chant, to sing. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Smaranam, Vishnu Smaranam, remembrance of the Lord. Remembrance of Ramachandra, remembrance of Sriman Narayana, remembrance of Krishna. This is Smarana. Archanam, the actual process of doing Arati, that is Archanam. You offer some flowers, some fruits, that is Archanam. And then Padasevanam. Padasevanam, Lakshmi Devi is the best example for performing Padasevanam. Whenever you see picture of Sriman Narayana, you will always see the picture of Sriman Narayana along with Lakshmi Devi. And what is Lakshmi Devi doing in that picture? She is always doing Padasevanam. That's an example for all the wives in the society, to do Padasevanam to their husbands. Okay. So, Padasevanam. Then, Dasyam. Dasyam means worshipping the Lord as a servant. Like Hanuman. Hanuman, he was always with Dasya Bhava. He was always ready. How can I help my Swami? What can I do for my Swami? If I am not performing this seva for my Swami, there is nobody who can perform this seva. That's how Hanuman used to think. Dasya Bhava. Then Sakya. Sakya Bhavam, friendship. Worshipping the Lord as a friend. Like Arjuna. Arjuna is the best friend of Krishna. And who else is a friend of Krishna?
Nāma.
Sudama. Yes, Sudama. Have you heard of the story of Sudama? No? Yeah, we can discuss some other time. Sudama. Sudama is the best example of friendship, Sakya. Sudama is a very poor person. Arjuna is very rich. Arjuna is the king, right? Arjuna is very rich. If somebody is thinking, maybe Krishna made friendship with him because he is rich. No. Here is an example. Sudama, who is very poor, doesn't have anything to drink also. But Krishna considered him as the best friend. Sudama. Dasyam, Sakyam, Vandanam. Offering pranama. If he cannot do Shravanam, if he cannot do Kirtanam, if he cannot do Archanam, if he cannot do any of the other things, simply offer pranama. When you see little children, when the parents are bringing little children to the temple, When the child is like 1 year, 2 years old, what do? What do the parents ask the child to do? Pranam. Jai Jai karo, pranam. That means the child, he does not even know how to speak. He cannot perform anything else. Huh? The best thing that he can do is pranam. Pranamo dukkha shamanas tam namami harim param. When we offer pranama along with nama, that will purify all our sinful activities, and also it will give us relief from dukkha in the material world. That is pranama. Then what do we have? Vandanam, right? Vandanam. Then Atmanivedanam. Atmanivedanam is the complete surrender to the Lord. Complete surrender. You offer your body, mind, intelligence, soul, everything to the Lord. That is the highest stage, which is the most difficult stage. Okay, just like how gopis and the gopikas in Vrindavan, they offered their body, mind, intelligence, their soul, everything to Krishna. The gopis were married, they have children, but when Krishna played flute in the middle of the night, they left the homes, they left their husbands, they left their family and ran to Krishna. This was an arrangement. It was made like that. I mean, the gopis could have performed bhakti without them being in the marriage, right? They could remain as brahmacharinis. They can dedicate their life to Krishna. Now that is, to some extent, that is easy. When you are not attached to your family relations, when there are no bindings, when you are not bound by societal rules and regulations, it is easy. It is easy to offer yourself to Bhagavan or to somebody else. But gopis, being married, they were not even worried what the society will think if we go to Krishna during the middle of the night like this. They did not even care about anything. It's a complete surrender. Okay? Atmanivedana. So like this, we have 9 processes in bhakti, Navavida bhakti. You can pick any one or few of them from this list. If you are able to do Shravanam, Kirtanam and Smaranam, you can pick that. Or if you are doing only Kirtanam, that is also fine. You can perfect in Kirtanam. You can perfect in any one of these limbs and go back to spiritual world. Or if you can practice multiple limbs from this list, and you can achieve perfection. But the goal of all these limbs is Smarana, remembrance of the Lord. Whether you are doing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Archanam, Padasevanam, or any Dasyam, Sakyam, Vandanam, anything, the goal is to remember Krishna, Smarana. Okay? So it's 11:15. Should we pause here? Okay, let's pause and we'll take a few more minutes to get some feedback from people. Okay, any comments, questions, reflections? Anyone would like to share something? In person or online, whoever it is. If you are silent, either you understood everything nicely or you did not understand anything. And now that gives me a heart attack to figure out what is true, whether you understood everything or not understood everything, not understood anything. So Kirtana, you want to say something?
This session was good. Like, I'd like to come every week.
Okay, very good.
All the things that you spoke now, like, this seems like I have heard all this stuff like earlier, like when I used to join these sessions in Cincinnati, and somehow it still feels like new hearing it every time. Like, I still want to be more connected to God and all.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Appreciate that feedback. And I'm impressed by your statement that you want to come every week. Yes, that is the commitment I'm looking for from everybody. What happens is most of the times there is something called as Aramba Shuratvam. You are so excited in the beginning. People are so excited to join the WhatsApp group. People are so excited to come on the first day to see what's happening, what everybody is doing. If I am not doing that, am I missing something? There is always this fear of missing out. But when they come and see, and then even if everything is good, even if the class is good, the whole program is good, for whatever reasons, there will be a drop in the attendance. But I'm looking for people like this who can commit themselves for next few months. Okay. Yes. Somebody else want to say something? You want to say something?
I just have one question for you. Like, do we do these classes like every time? Do you explain one nama?
Not one nama.
Like one phrase.
We'll take 2-3 shlokas, and then we'll discuss all the names. So we have 170 shlokas, right? So if we take 3 shlokas per week, 170 divided by 3. I know next week Samanvita will not even come here. She will not even. Huh?
She can carry a calculator.
170 by 3. How much? Huh? No, I'm giving a heart attack to you. Very difficult question, right? I can chant the name of the Lord, but not this math.
163 point something.
No. 50 something.
Around
50.
57, 56.
Yeah, something like that.
57, 56, huh? Okay. So that many number of weeks. Okay?
That means how many months?
35, huh? Okay.
No, that's 35.
170 by 3.
56.
56. Yeah, 56.
56 means how many months?
That's about an year. That's about a year. Yeah. There are 48 or 52 weeks. So this year is special. There is an extra month.
Extra month?
Yeah. Adhika
I
Masa.
mean 4 weeks extra, you mean?
Adhika Masa. There is Adhika Masa in this year. 2026, there is a Adhika
Masa is a
Masa.
different masa you are talking.
But the number of days you're saying 365 days. You mean more number of days? It's the same 365 days.
Not according to the English calendar. English calendar is always 365. Yeah. This is according to lunar calendar. Yeah. So this Adhika Masa comes once in 2.5 years. Because of the time lag in the sun and moon movement, there are extra days added, and every 2.5 years there's an extra month that gets added. Okay, so that is called Adhika Masa, and people consider that as not an auspicious month, but that is not true. In fact, that is the most auspicious month. It is called Purushottama month, Purushottama Masa. This Masa that we are in, which is this Masa? Magha Masa. Yeah. We just concluded Margashirsha Masa. Now we are in Magha Masa. And yesterday was Vasanta Panchami. Okay. The beginning of Vasanta Ritu, spring season. And this is the most favorite season for Krishna. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Masanam Margashirshosmi and Rutunam Kusumakaraha. Of all the months, Margashirsha month is my most favorite. Krishna said that. And of all the Ritus, of all the seasons, spring season is his favorite. So we are in the time frame which is most favorite to Krishna. Spring season indicates rejuvenation, some newness, freshness. You will see new flowers, new fruits, new vegetables. So just like how we are seeing rejuvenation in the nature, similarly, let us rejuvenate our bhakti by starting Vishnu Sahasranāma classes. And we are starting at the auspicious time. Tomorrow is Bhishmashtami, the day when Bhishma Dev, who spoke Vishnu Sahasranāma, Bhishmashtami is the day on which Bhishma Dev departed from this world. He left the body. Bhishma Dev has Ichamrityu. He has a boon by which he can leave the body whenever he wants. So he waited for Uttarayanam to begin, and then he left the body on Bhishmashtami day, which is tomorrow. When great souls leave, that day is also considered auspicious. When we leave from this world, that's not auspicious. But when great souls, acharyas, pure devotees of the Lord, even when they are disappearing from this world, that is also considered auspicious. So that is one. And then next week, either it is Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday, right? Okay. But Dik Panchanga shows Wednesday for Seattle. So I have to ask this Pujari here. And that is the day on which Bhishma Dev spoke Vishnu Sahasranāma. Bhishma Ekadashi, which will happen either Wednesday or Thursday next week. So we are at this perfect timing of auspicious time, which are connected to Bhishma Dev and Vishnu Sahasranāma. And we are starting this series of Vishnu Sahasranāma classes. That means we have blessings of Bhishma Dev, we have blessings of Krishna Bhagavan. So may there will be all success for everybody. Okay. Anyone online would like to say something?
As you said, Prabhuji, Smarana, to remember God always is possible only when you know more about the God only. Even sometimes by chanting one name, sometimes we may deviate.
Yeah.
But by knowing or by listening more names, more about God, we can do Smarana for a long time. For that, Vishnu Sahasranāma, 1,000 names, knowing more about through those 1,000 names definitely helps to Smarana more.
Very beautiful. Yeah.
So in that way, we are feeling very lucky to have this class, Prabhuji.
Very beautiful. Well said. There is no stotram like Vishnu Sahasranāma Stotra, because Vishnu Sahasranāma Stotra is 1,000 different ways of glorifying the Lord. There is no stotram like this. We can spend 30 minutes reciting Vishnu Sahasranāma and remembering the Lord. 1,000 different ways of glorifying the Lord. Every name has a significant meaning. Every name is connected to his Leela. Every name is connected to his Rupam. Every name is connected to his qualities, gunas. So by simply reciting the name, we are remembering that quality. We are remembering that Leela of the Lord. So 1,000 different ways of remembering the Lord. Beautifully said. Now if you come to my other class, Mukundamala Stotra, you will hear me saying Mukundamala Stotra is the best. If you come to my other class, Gajendra Stuti, you will hear me saying Gajendra Stuti is the best. But I am telling for the truth. Vishnu Sahasranāma is the best.
You have to encourage the group, right? You have to encourage the group.
Yes.
That's the right thing.
Yeah. Each stotram is special in its own way. In its own way. Vishnu Sahasranāma Stotram is special in the way that 1,000 different ways to glorify the Lord. There is no other stotram like this. Okay? And when you talk about Gajendra Stuti, there is no Stuti like Gajendra Stuti. Why? Huh? What is that?
Like it is important and different from its own style. Like everything has something to learn from, everything has something to teach us.
Yeah. It is a stotram recited by an elephant, an animal, not even a human being. All other stotrams, they are recited by human beings. But Gajendra Stuti is special in its own way. There is no stotram like Gajendra Stuti. Why? It is recited by animal.
In the end, everything points to remembering the Lord.
Remembering the Lord. Yes, all the purpose of all the stotrams is to remember the Lord. And when we chant his names, he feels very happy. Bhagavan feels very happy. There is a line in Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram, Stavya Stava Priya Stotram Stuti Stotarana Priyaha. The Lord himself is saying, he is Stotarana Priya. Stota, Stotra Priya and Rana Priya also. Rana Priya, we'll keep that aside. Rana Priya means one who loves to fight. That is also there. Because of that quality, he fought with Bhishma Dev. Because of that quality, to support Krishna, Bhishma Dev fought on the opposite side. To give that pleasure to the Lord, Bhishma Dev stood on the opposite side and fought like an enemy of Krishna, enemy of Arjuna. Because he is Ranapriya, Krishna likes to fight. Just like that, he is Stotra Priya also. Stotra Priya. That means he likes to hear about his glories. When we chant his name, when we chant his glories, he feels very happy. That's why in the material world also, when somebody is taking our name, when somebody is calling our name, don't we feel happy? We feel happy, right? We feel happy. That is when somebody is calling our name. But go back to your college days. Okay? If you go back to your college days and let's say a boy and girl, a boy loves a girl. The boy feels happy simply by thinking about the name of the girl. Not even hearing, but simply by thinking about the name of the girl, the boy feels ecstasy. Now, if somebody utters that name, he is not saying that name, but someone else is saying that name. When this boy is hearing that name, it's not even his name, the girlfriend's name, but this boy feels very happy. He feels ecstasy. He'll be on cloud 9 simply by hearing somebody else saying the name of his girlfriend. Where is this coming from? Where is this tendency or where is this nature coming from? It is coming from Bhagavan himself. Bhagavan by nature, he is Stava Priya, Stotra Priya. He likes to be glorified with choicest words, with choicest poetry, choicest shloka, Uttama shloka. He likes to be glorified. Okay? So I think it's 11:30. We'll pause here. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Sri Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram ki jai, Sri Bhishma Dev ki jai, Sriman Narayana ki jai. Okay, thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
We'll see you all
Hare
tomorrow
Krishna.
next
Thank
week.
you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.